Many more to come.
To my Cuba.
To your
I love
Cuba.
you, brother. I call him Cuba because he's my Cuban Uber.
When I pick him up, I'm Cuban Uber.
Salud, brother.
Salud. We go around and talk about the automotive industry, cars. We talk about food, obviously, and that kind of stuff. So you were here. We thought we'd ask you to join us, and we're going to ask you what kind of car you like. What's the best place you've traveled, and what kind of food you like? Talk up the city,
Remember that
I
red
may
Ferrari?
say that I
Remember
like your
red
hair.
Ferrari you used to have.
Testarossa.
Testarossa, yeah. And he had the suit to go with it.
Did he?
A red leather suit.
I'll tell you about the car. There was like, I don't know, 85, 86, 87, whenever they first did Testarossas. And I wanted a Testarossa. And of course, the dealerships in the state of California, I'm the speaker of the house. And the dealership in the state of California want to make sure that the speaker is pleased. And so the guy out of Long Beach who had the dealership there made a deal with a guy in Monterey because there was a dealership there and there was a limited number of those cars produced, real limited number of Ferraris in those days produced. So it agreed they ship it up here and I'd pick it up in Monterey.
Whoa.
I picked the car up in Monterey and drove it back to San Francisco, and for a few weeks, it was the talk.
What a nice drive and what a nice ride.
It was the talk of the town. And so, but a buddy of mine who lived in San Diego had been trying to get a Testarossa for a long time, and he couldn't because you had to be on a list and all that kind of stuff that goes with exotic cars. And so he showed up in Sacramento at the speaker's office, says hello and have a cup of coffee with me. And when he stood up to walk out, he threw a check on the table on my desk. So what the hell is that for? He said, I want to buy your Testarossa. And then my Testarossa was not for sale. He said, then you'll send me my check back. And he walked out. And I looked at the check. What the hell? Why would I not
Sell it.
send him his car? Why would I not send him his car? I can get another. and so I waited, did not let him know I really loved the idea of getting that much. I've never seen that much money for a car. I didn't pay that much for my goddamn car. And so I called him and said, I have decided that I need money, and I will certainly take your check. I'm signing over the car to you. I'm having the dealership in Monterey do the same, confirm it with the DMV, and you want to pick it up? Yeah, I'll pick it up. Just keep it in your garage. I'll pick it up. Perfect. So I put it in the garage.
Get the check and the car for a while.
Yeah, I put it in the garage. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The car's in my garage. Now you pay as much money you paid me for that car. You ought to be able to pick up that car
That's right.
before the check clears, just in case. And so I called him up and I said, I don't understand. What's the story? He said, okay, don't worry about it. I'll have somebody to pick it up. Okay. 2 days later, a beautiful car carrier, dark brown in color, similar to what you get if you were dealing with UPS, that dark brown in color, comes to my garage. They don't turn the key on or nothing. They push the car out, push it up on the truck, close the truck up, and take off. They said, we've got to take the truck, take the car down to your guy in San Diego, period. I said, okay, not a problem. I called him and he thanked me. And about 2 weeks later, I'm seated at a bar here in San Francisco, near City Hall, just having a quiet drink on my own. And there's a guy sitting there with a neck brace on and what have you. And being a lawyer, I wanted to know if he was okay. and
Checking up on him.
Yeah, he of course told me, yeah, he was okay, but he had an auto accident, gotten hurt. I said, somebody ran into you? He said, no. I said, well, what do you mean, no? How'd you get in an auto accident? He says, a one-car accident. I said, you mean you? Yeah, he said, I was, but I couldn't handle the car. And he said, where were you? And he told me somewhere up on Highway 1, all those curves and what have you. And I said, so what kind of car were you driving? He said, I was driving a Ferrari. I said, oh yeah? I said, I used to have a Ferrari. What kind of Ferrari did you have? Did you mess up? He said, I messed up at Testarossa. I said, no fucking way, nobody had a Testarossa. I had a Testarossa. You had a Testarossa. He said, yeah. I said, where did you get yours? I got mine in Monterey. He said, I got mine in La Jolla. I said, La Jolla, California? They don't have a dealership in La Jolla. He said, no, I got it to a guy. I said, okay. What was, if you recall, what was the license plate of that car? He said it was, he told me, it was 3/8 in it. I said, you know what? What did you pay for that car? And he told me he paid $100,000 more for my car than I got for my car. And the guy never saw it. That's right.
Oh, so he just picked it up and sold it.
No,
You just summed up the car dealership industry.
He was booking cars, literally. He was literally looking for exotic cars.
And then spending a couple of weeks trying to find the buyer.
In your
And
garage.
fix the transaction and use your garage as the lot.
No, the
That's a beautiful-
protection. You know, being the seller that I am, there's no way I'm gonna let anything happen in a car.
Right.
Till I hand it over to whomever he says should have it. So my relationship with cars
But I'll tell you what.
came to a climax.
What's incredible, there's so much good in that story, right? The car, the Ferrari, the car that he liked. But how do you end up in San Francisco at the same bar with the guy that wrecked your car?
I don't know.
That's incredible.
I got to tell you, I didn't let him know. But that's when he told me what he had paid for it. I didn't want him committing suicide.
You'd already wrecked the Ferrari.
My
We
friend,
can't add more
but I
stuff.
couldn't wait to get to the telephone.
Oh.
And I terminated my friendship.
Oh.
Well, you should have terminated your friendship. He was just doing business.
You're right, but I was so taken aback that I got taken advantage of.
Yeah. Well, that's the brokerage world, man. It's kind of crazy sometimes, but they lose sometimes.
No.
They lose sometimes too. So what is?
I owned 10 cars at one time.
Did you really?
I was a collector.
I like you.
I was a real collector. I had a car. My partner and I had a very, very, very old Cadillac. And I said, let me tell you how we can enhance the value of that Cadillac. He said, how? I said, let's get the license plate. I can get it. What license plate? A hog.
And you did?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's beautiful.
And I finally, about a year and a half ago, finally sold my last car.
So you are carless right now.
Oh, yeah. I should have been carless years ago.
I mean, San
should have
Francisco.
bought the goddamn
San
cars.
Francisco is a very.
I should have
public
leased the
transportation.
cars and then sold them.
Yeah, right.
If I'd been smart, but I obviously, in the world of car dealership and car sales, I was not smart. Uh, so one guy bought two of my cars. He has two of my cars right now.
What again?
He got the Porsche, the last 912
Okay.
that I got.
That's a nice one too. You kind
That I
of
gave to my son. And my son, I didn't know my son didn't care a whole lot about cars. Because my son always had another car. And he kept the 912, he kept the S, and never really used it. Finally, when I found out he had that attitude, I took it back.
You did some lowering
You might
there.
say. And then in '93, I got a 600 SL
Nice.
V12
Oh,
convertible,
oh man.
black on black.
Oh,
That's the last car that I sold. And a friend bought that car for me.
you don't think you should have kept one?
Hmm?
You don't think you should have kept one?
Well, once I couldn't get a license anymore,
Yeah.
unless I really cheated. Because let me tell you about, you take the test, right?
Yeah.
Right? And I began to have some vision issues. So I literally have a great memory. So what I did is I memorized.
That's great.
I got past the DMV
Too much.
for a long time. And I said, wait a minute, one of these days I'm going to run into something or somebody. And how would it be for former mayor, former speaker,
Right.
who can't see?
Right.
Driving. No way. So I sold my last car.
I see why now. I get it now.
My last car. And the guy that bought my last car became a friend. And it turns out that he bought the last two. He also bought the Porsche. I didn't know it. He had bought the
okay.
Porsche.
Okay.
So he has those two cars. He has 8 cars.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
And they're
history.
all
Can you
collector
imagine?
items with
It
some
is.
story.
Well, with
history
your
there.
story, yeah, this used to be Mayor Willie Brown's car.
But the
It's
car
you.
itself has story. Then you
Oh,
add
yeah,
his story
no,
to it.
Beautiful.
You know.
Beautiful.
So if you could go back in time, if you could get a license without having to memorize the letters, what is the
I didn't
car?
say I got the license. I got the license legitimate. I sustained the license with the photographic.
I got you. That's good. Hey, so if you could pick a car that you would want today, what would it be?
The Testarossa.
Testarossa.
I kind of felt that was special.
The Testarossa. I had 5 Porsches. I even had a 928. Now nobody has heard of a 928
Wow.
Porsche. But there were 2 people that had 928 Porsche that I knew here in San Francisco. Me and Pelosi, Paul Pelosi. Both black, 928. And the 928 was,
Yeah.
Miami Vice car, huh?
It was by everybody's. That's great. That's great.
But I had 2 or 3 different Ferraris, but the Testarossa, same car that I don't know why they don't still make it. Well, they've gone into modifying whatever. But
Yeah,
the
they-
Testarossa
they tr-
with that huge mirror,
That's like a race car.
I had 2 of them. I put one on the other side. But that was a great car.
That is a
That was a
special
great
car, for
car,
sure.
and the service cost of that car was always 4,000 to 5,000
And that's
service.
and that's what it is.
because they had to lift everything up.
Right.
Yeah,
And
and it was worth it.
that's right. And if you have that
Really.
car, that's what you pay. That's what it is, right?
Yeah,
I like Ferraris.
Mayor, what kind of food do you like? What's your favorite
I-
food?
My favorite food, Italian.
Italian.
I am the my friend, the former mayor of the city, George Moscone, and I went to law school together. And poor kids in law school, we worked as janitors, to put ourselves through law school. There were no such thing as student loans in those days.
Right.
You couldn't borrow money as a student. You had no credit rating,
Right.
so to speak. But there was a great part of San Francisco that had all these Italian restaurants called North Beach, and they really kind of looked out for their own, so to speak. So I would, with regularity, once, twice a week, go to some place in North Beach and get a meal. Current, Moscone. It was and so I developed a great taste for Italian food. And in the end, on Saturdays, when they really had the chefs having lunch and speaking only Italian, and the only people invited to the lunch were other chefs and other significant Italians, and they all had those last names. I developed the last name, Brownini.
Brownini.
That's good.
That was my name, Brownini.
That's good. That's good. What's your favorite Italian restaurant in town?
Probably currently the North Beach restaurant, because I kind of switched over to the Greek restaurant, Kokari.
Kokari is beautiful.
Have we been there?
Yeah,
I feel like we've gone there.
I've taken you there.
Yeah.
We've been to
Oh, you ought to
Kokari.
go there if you haven't been there.
And North Beach is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, North Beach, good restaurant. Good, very good.
Very good. Very good.
Of course, you can invariably order what you want. One of the problems with going to all these restaurants is they want to tell you what they eat.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's San Francisco, though.
Yeah.
The real waiters. Like, no.
Little
you want it-
attitude.
No, you don't want that.
You don't want
Yeah,
it. You want this.
you don't want that. No, you don't want
I
that.
love it. I love it. The manhandle you, it's beautiful. That's the beauty of San Francisco. You get like real professional
Yeah.
guys that have been
But this San Francisco's always been known for good food.
excellent.
I mean, it's always been known.
It's part of the foundation of our city. It's restaurants
Right.
and food places, and in many cases, you rent an apartment in San Francisco. It doesn't have to have a kitchen.
Right.
You don't need a kitchen.
You know,
You don't need a kitchen.
Walk
You-
outside, turn right.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah.
that's
it.
right.
I live
Right,
across the
left,
street, and
or
that's
jump
it.
up. And
a place.
I can
and the
tell-
prices are right. The prices.
I can tell you, I've never had a bad meal. This gentleman always takes me out of good places. We've never had a bad meal in this town.
Yeah.
It's a good food town. I come from Houston. It's a pretty good food town there too.
I'm from Texas too. Yeah.
Where are you from?
A little place called Mineola, 80 miles southeast of Dallas. It's exactly in between Dallas and New Orleans. 80 miles to New Orleans, 80 miles to Dallas.
No
I sit
kidding.
right there. On Highway 80, believe it
I
or
know.
not.
Where you is, yeah.
The T&P line that goes through Mineola. And I graduated from high school in Mineola.
No kidding.
I only came out here after I graduated
You go back?
to bury friends and relatives.
Wow.
Only. No other reason to go to Mineola.
Well, but there's reasons to go to Texas.
Not really.
Now you have a friend there that you can go visit, and we'll go to good Italian restaurants.
He knows his restaurant.
You're not gonna go wrong with restaurants with me. I can tell you that.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Mayor, we appreciate you being with us. It's been a blast. So good
So
getting to know
your
you.
deal is called Meals, Wheels, and Deals.
Wheels, deals, and meals.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah. We'll send you the information when
That's
it
a
comes
good. It's a good title. How long you guys been doing that?
Well, I'm a dealer, so
What about?
San Leandro Dodge Chrysler Jeep.
Too much should be without that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So Bruce Berkovich, he always put everything together for me. At your firm,
Oh yeah.
he's retired now.
So we've been in the automotive business I've been 32 years. He's been 40-something years, and they have.
You in the automotive business as well?
So I
Where
supply
are you based?
Houston.
You still in Houston?
I'm still in Houston. I know. I'm still in Houston, automotive business.
So you have baseball team.
We have a baseball team, Astros.
That's the world's champion.
Yes.
My buddy and my client, Dusty Baker, is the manager.
Yes, he's the
Dusty
best.
Baker is phenomenal,
Yeah.
He's the best.
and what a heart.
He's
Not just
five-
phenomenal in what he does,
5 pins. Man.
but his heart is
He
incredible.
came in to take over the Astros to repair their reputation.
And he did a great job.
You know, that business was telling everybody what the next pitch is going to be. Got the Astros accused of cheating. And they brought in Dusty.
You're an attorney, so we're supposed to say allegedly.
It happened. That's why he's there.
Allegedly.
And your firm is where?
In San Leandro.
In San Leandro.
So San Leandro. So I have
That's the
Dodge,
neighborhood.
Chrysler, Jeep. That's right off of Marina Boulevard.
What brand?
Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And then I have a Hyundai store in Stockton. I used to have 12 of these things, down to 2.
Jesus.
He did. Folsom
You had
Dodge.
every brand there was in, huh?
I did.
Yeah,
So you
12.
know Bruce Berkovich in your
Yeah, I know
office.
Bruce. Yeah,
He's
Bruce
the one that
down
put
the hall.
everything together.
He's down the hall from me.
Yes,
Oh, was down the hall.
was, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where I would see Mayor Willie Brown. I'd go visit my attorney and then
100 the Embarcadero
right
Penthouse.
there. Yeah. That's where they filmed Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh,
In that office, yeah.
that's funny. That's actually pretty good.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Mayor.
I'm going to let you guys get to work.
Appreciate
Beautiful.
it.
Good seeing you. Always looking dapper.
I'll try.
It's a pleasure, sir.
I only wear a tie when I got to make speeches.
How beautiful.
So all day I've been making speeches. Otherwise, I don't wear a tie.
You got the Giants colors on. There you go. Go
Yeah.
Giants.
Astros colors.
Astros colors too.
Colors.
Oh, yeah?
Orange, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Thank you for honoring.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm serious.
I'm calling Dusty. All right, see you later.
Thank you.
So we brought Lance. Lance, what is your title here at the restaurant?
So I'm the wine director sommelier for the restaurant. I also manage.
That's great. So we brought Lance so he can give us a little bit of history of this place. So Lance, how old is this place?
So it dates back to 1867. So the original owner was an oyster farmer, and he started with that. And there used to be a fair where the Bank of America building is now, and it was an open market fair, and that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's moved a few times through the earthquake and this and that, and it's been in this location since 1946.
1946. Wow. Now, a lot of interesting people have passed through here, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Can you share some of that?
Well, we've had many actors and presidents, and it's daily. We have Mayor Willie Brown. He's out there right now. He comes every day, and really we're known for being a locals restaurant. A local seafood restaurant, very fresh fish, and we try to be traditional in our style of meals, but more forward-thinking, lifted, and seasonal vegetables, and quality. Yeah.
Super consistent.
The food was delicious.
Yeah,
I mean, what was it that I had again? The soul?
Petroli salt.
It was delicious.
We get that every morning at 5:30 in the morning.
That's what Carlos was saying.
Yeah, every morning.
Fresh, every
Yeah,
morning.
Yeah, and it's one of the most popular dishes. That cioppino, very popular for our here. But we do a lot of specials. Halibut. There's a local halibut special that's super good right now too.
What's your favorite plate here?
That's a good question. Probably the cioppino.
Yeah?
Probably the cioppino. I really love the cioppino. The scallop and prawn risotto is super good. Yeah, there's a lot of good things.
What's your favorite wine? Since you're the
Oh.
wine expert here.
Yeah, well, you know what? It just depends on what I'm eating. Well, I'm a big fan of Barolo, so I like the wines from made from Nebbiolo. So we've got a really nice 2012 Chirequio vineyard Nebbiolo that I absolutely love.
What's so special about that?
Well, it's light. It's very light. But at the same time, it brings power. So it's power and elegance without overwhelming your palate. So it's delicious with a myriad of foods, And so, you know, I think that's the thing. It's powerful and balanced and elegant at the same time.
I like that.
Yeah.
Powerful and elegant. Nobody's ever said that about us. Powerful and elegant at the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I had a few in me, yes.
Powerful and elegant. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, so the show is mainly for automotive, and it's automotive guys, automotive people, you know, dealers and people in the automotive industry. But so tell me a little bit about cars. And I know we're in San Francisco, and not, you know, sometimes people do more public transportation. But what's your favorite car?
Boy, I'll tell you, you know what's funny is that what I would buy tomorrow if I could, just because I'm getting old and tired, I think, is a one of the big Lexuses.
Okay.
One of the LS series Lexus.
Like the SUV? Yeah.
No, not the
Oh,
SUV.
the sedan.
One of the sedans that's got all-wheel drive because I'm a snow skier. So I really like. I would like to have one of those cars. I used to be a Porsche fan, but right now I'm more in the luxury.
Yeah. Our stage of life, we kind of want to, you know,
A little quiet.
a little quiet, a little relaxed.
Luxury.
We like the little cushion shocks, you know.
Yeah.
Ready for a chauffeur.
But yeah, I mean, I can think of a lot of cars, but that's what comes to mind.
Now, how long have you been with the restaurant?
I've been here about 11 years. So we had a change of ownership about 11 years ago. And I came with the new ownership, and the new GM and managing partner is Peter Quateroli. And he and I are very, very close friends. And when he came, he asked me to come and be the wine director. So it was a major change. He brought in multiple different people, and executive chef David Gingras, who really elevated. He was with Hawthorne Lane and Post Trio, and he was actually trained under Wolfgang Puck. And so when he came, he elevated a lot of our food. And so Peter, I think, masterfully brought him in. We also did a tavern next door. It's a sports bar tavern. It's kind of an elevated tavern, elegant tavern, so to speak, for a sports bar. Higher end food, really good. And right now we're in the transition of doing an outdoor patio that's permanent with a retractable glass roof, and
Wow,
yeah,
nice.
it's going to be super nice. So in a period where it seems that San Francisco is a little slow to come back from the pandemic, so to speak.
Redefining itself.
Yes. So I mean, I will say Peter is taking the restaurant forward and saying, hey, you know what? We believe in the concept. We're a very busy restaurant considering the amount of tourism and what's going on in San Francisco. We're still doing quite well.
Yeah, the place right now for lunch is packed.
Yeah. So he's like, you know what? We're going forward.
That's the way to do it.
Yep. So it's good. He's done a great job.
And you've been here since he got here,
Yeah.
so you're doing great as well.
Well, I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
Who's the most famous person that's coming here that you can remember?
Oh man, that's a good one.
Other than,
Probably-
apart from Carlos and myself.
Oh my God, Joe Montana's been here. Him and his sons. I mean, there's a bunch of them.
I mean, it's been
President Clinton.
really.
Yeah, President Clinton's been here. There's a bunch of people that, I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's a staple. It's been here long enough. People know it.
Yeah,
You gotta come visit.
Yeah.
You have to. You're in the
have to
city.
do
You
it.
have to
Yeah.
come.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us. We
My
appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you.